welcome back to the studio. I'm Shauna Henderson, and we're here with Chris and Peter with Credit Union of the Rockies, which is exciting. So let's just jump right in. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. I know. I like to see the sun unlike the other couple days. We won't talk about those though, right?
Right.
So tell us a little about, the difference. I think this is the one question that everyone wants to know about is like, what is the difference between banks and credit unions?
Absolutely. And it's a question that comes up a lot. I've been coached, because I can talk on this subject for hours. So I've been coached by my staff to
4 minutes.
to keep it slow, keep it succinct. So the biggest difference between credit unions and banks is that both of them have four main components: a board of directors, a staff, depositors, and shareholders. And what credit unions have done is they have taken what banks have, which is shareholders that invest in that bank that expect a dividend back based on the profits that they are earning. Credit unions, being a not-for-profit entity, take the shareholder and the depositor and they combine them into the one entity. So our members or our depositors are actually owners of the credit union. So
That's
where
cool.
Our dividends come into play is we put them back into our members' hands to give them better savings rates and lower loan rates for our members. So that's the biggest difference.
And that's huge because I mean, wouldn't you rather be a owner of where you're putting your money as well? And that's a big key to credit unions, unlike other banks, right?
Absolutely.
So what makes you guys are a credit union of the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it a little bit more unique here in Summit County?
So I think Credit Union of the Rockies is really unique because of what I just said in regards to the differences between credit unions and banks. Both financial entities take money in from the depositors and they lend it out. Larger financial institutions, banks and nationwide financial institutions take that money that's being deposited in and lend it out to Tennessee, Indiana, different locations that you don't really have control over. As financial stewards of the credit union and the entity that's lending that money out, we lend that out because of only having branches in Summit County, Grand County, and Jefferson County.
Wow.
We lend it out to your neighbors. We give your community members that loan for that car so that they can get to work or get their kids to school. That money is tighter held in the community, so it's lent out to people that you work with in your community.
Yeah, and that makes a bit difference because we like to support the community environment
Right.
and really, be a part where you feel like, you put your money into the bank, you're like, well, what happens to it after that, right? Like you hope there's when it comes back.
Sure.
So Chris, what do you see as really the biggest need that your members feel that they need for credit unions?
Sure. With Credit Union of the Rockies, we try to lend to our whole county, not just the people that have 700 plus FICO scores, people that have had some colorful credit history in the past, have had a little bit of hiccups, have had life happen in the way that might not be able to get loans from other people, and if they do, they're at ridiculously high interest rates. So we try to, yes, we lend to people with excellent credit and great income, but we also look for those people that are also part of our community that have a difficult time getting loans elsewhere.
Wow.
So it's really about servicing the whole community, not just that upper echelon of borrower.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
It is, definitely.
Especially, and that's good for people to know because, you get a little frustrated if you're going to these different places and you're getting turned down.
Absolutely.
Because, who knows how long ago something happened in life happened, right? We all know
right.
that.
And one thing that sets us apart as well is that we actually have an individual underwriter, individualized underwriting, versus if you don't meet debt to income requirements or certain FICO requirements, it doesn't even get to an underwriter to look at. So you're denied right off the bat. It's almost just like an algorithm that's processing that loan app, and it's not ever being driven into by human eyes and have that human touch on it to see if there is something that, yeah, they had something along the way, but they're past that now. Let's make this loan work for them. So we really look for ways to approve loans versus just looking for ways to decline loans, which is what a lot of people feel about the retail banking industry.
Yeah, and you really feel like a person when you come in. That's part of the community.
Definitely.
Part of like knowing your name when you walk in the door, which is huge. So that's really cool.
Yeah, sorry.
No, please keep going.
Jump on in. Another thing I think
Yeah.
we do really well is educate people.
Yeah.
So many people come into our institution, into our branches, and they don't know about credit scores. They don't know how to improve them. They just are kind of thrown into the world of banking, and either you learn from your parents or the school of hard knocks, which can be pretty tough. So we take the time to do a soft inquiry on people's credit reports, something that's not going to ding their credit, but allows us to see what they have going on, and then make our recommendations on what they can do and how Credit Union of the Rockies can help them improve their credit score.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's really good. So that's really how you guys help the Summit County area, and it's really nice that you guys have only 3 branches. Is that correct?
Correct.
So if people want to find out more information, where do they find you guys, like here in Summit County?
Definitely. So we're at 111 Main Street over in Frisco, and you can certainly find us at cu-rockies.org.
And then people want to come in, they can easily open an account. And how do you make it easy? There's other ways to making it easy. You guys have a mobile app, a couple other things.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a mobile app that we rolled out, and I guess we've had one for a while, but we rolled out a really enhanced mobile app at the end of last year that gives depositors the ability to, or members, the ability to make deposits with their phone. They have card control over their cards. We really like to put that in their hands. With the proliferation of mobility everywhere, we know that that's a big selling point for people, especially in our mountain communities that may not be able to drive to that branch location and perform that banking transaction in person.
Cool.
So we're really revamping our remote delivery channels and what we can provide our members. But as Chris said, I mean, right on Frisco Main Street at 111 Main Street in Frisco, and then our branch in Granby, which is downtown Granby, and then we have a branch in Golden as well.
Great. So you guys
Yeah.
are pretty much all over, and it's easy
Right.
for people to come in.
Yep.
That makes it great. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Is there anything else you'd like to say about our, I mean, we know where you're going. Can they call you guys as well?
Yeah,
Is that-
come give us a call. Number here is 970-668-1900. I can be reached at extension 2206, and one of our loan officers can be reached at extension 2203. His name is David Pring.
Great, great. Well, thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure having you here, and I think this has been so helpful for our community. People know that they can trust the banking industry, and that's huge.
Absolutely.
Because they, you guys are here, you're locals. We just went skiing the other day, so it's a community
Right.
affair. That's really cool. So thank you guys again, and we'll be right back with more of Summit Sunrise right after the short break.